Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So, we are in Drezen, and we have to explore everywhere and speak to, well, basically everyone and just find out what's going on in this city. And while we're at it, we do have a little bit of a side quest. The side quest is we have to find and convict the guilty. So, you know, just a fairly straightforward thing. Now, I would assume that these people who are all lit up like constellations, they're probably the guilty. So let's find and convict them. Hello, Viram. The soldier straightened to attention. Hail, Commander. All quiet in the fortress. This merchant, Areelu, has submitted a complaint, but we'll deal with it. What's going on here? The merchant quickly clears his throat. Ooh, Arcane Weaver. Does that mean that you might actually sell us some clothing? That could be cool. Good afternoon, Commander. My name is Jal Areelu. I'm a merchant. I just told the watchman that I've been hearing drunken shouting from here last night. They promised they'd get to the bottom of this. The merchant gives you a meaningful glance. There's something happening here every night after midnight. One of the soldiers grimaces. Don't bother the Commander with this. We promised you we'd deal with it. I know you broke the law. It's time to confess. The soldiers exchanged glances. We've not broken any laws, Commander. Ask our commanding officer. We report everything to him. We don't shirk our duties, and we even deal with civilian complaints. The merchant tugs at his sleeves nervously as he meets your gaze. Yes, I can't complain about our watchman. You try walking through the fortress at night and see for yourself. It's just that right here, there's always... One of the soldiers shoots him a look of irritation. We said we'd deal with it, didn't we? I have to go. The soldiers straighten to attention again, and the merchant gives a slight sigh. Drezen versus a conspiracy of silence. Ooh, what is that? Is that part of my mythic quest? It is, okay. Crimes do not only happen under the cover of darkness, sometimes the most blatant injustice happens in plain view, but a conspiracy of silence makes it impossible to hold those responsible to account. Is the commander's heart keen enough to hear the mute cries for help? Interesting. Not everyone states their promise directly. The commander must discern the subtle hints of when and where crime will take place and arrive at the scene at a specified time. Oh, we might have to pay attention to the time in-game? Oh, okay. Is there even anywhere where that's displayed? Maybe it's displayed on the world map? No, it's displayed on the inside map. Oh, it's also displayed on the big world map when you try and leave, I suppose, as well. Okay, we'll think about it. I'm going to speak to the Arcane Weaver separately, though. Well, no, I want to buy your I wanted to buy his wares. Okay. Well, whatever. I guess he doesn't sell us anything. That's fine. Jewelry trader will leave be. Right, well, let's continue exploring then. If they don't want to speak with us, that's fine. Right. Oh, Darren. Hello. Interestingly, Darren doesn't have the weird constellation thing around him. He isn't hiding any crimes. Well, I guess, yeah, he never hides any crimes. He tells everyone outright what his crimes are. Anyway, you know what? Darren asks, not bothering to greet you properly. I've noticed a certain cyclical pattern in my life ever since I met you. First, something happens that leaves me positively intrigued. Then I descend into the depths of fear and anger. Then I start to think that it's not so bad. The curiosity comes back, and then something even more dreadful occurs. The demons attacking my home and the city around it was unpleasant enough already, but I thought I could compensate for that by striking up a curious acquaintance and having some new experiences. Then my dearest cousin threw me right into the middle of a crusade, and just when I started to see some positives in my current situation, the gargoyles kidnapped me. The slaughter in Drezen, following my triumphant rescue, effectively put out every spark of optimism that I had managed to gather. Now the city is in our hands again, and it's getting more and more tolerable to stay here. I feel surprisingly good, and am even beginning to find the city rather enjoyable. This brings one very reasonable question to my mind. What is the next outrageous and dangerous mess you're going to pull me into? Let's see. I have a couple more perilous trials and insurmountable challenges in store just for you. You really like the sound of your voice, don't you? Or was that an overly verbose and oblique attempt to thank me and impart just how much you enjoy Drezen? Let's say the third one. Darren chuckles softly. Do you really think someone like me is capable of experiencing such virtuous feelings as gratitude and affection? Oh, most certainly not. Your intuition betrays you. I was just mocking you. There were definitely some sharp insults hidden under all those florid turns of phrase, such as the way of aristocrats and politicians, and yes, I do like it in Drezen, much to my own surprise. I see that you are violating the laws of Golarion. Confess to your crimes! I confess! I confess to all the crimes that you want to lay at my door, and even the ones you don't. My misdeeds warrant only the harshest punishment. Banishment from the Crusade. Okay. Can we Aeon Mythic Path him? What's this gonna do? I'm gonna reload if we lose Darren. I'm just gonna let you know that right off the bat, but you must be punished for violating the laws of Golarion. Well, this is unexpected. Are you tired of me already? Is this some kind of a new protocol? You will atone for your crimes by serving the Crusade faithfully. Oh, you do know how to punish an innocent fellow. I was hoping you'd banish me, letting me return to my natural state of serene idleness. And instead, you condemn me to more work. What a cruel, cruel commander you are. Alright, see ya. So, yeah, that's fine. I think we don't need to condemn him to, banishment, mainly because I think he's quite useful in our party. Hello, Camellia. You might notice the quick save coming in here. I was just thinking, if anybody's gonna have to confess some crimes, Camellia seems like an obvious target. We do keep finding her over bodies that have recently died. She's got a necklace on that hides her alignment. She's generally sus. What's going on here? Greetings. The neat smile on Camellia's lips disappears so quickly, you almost wonder if you imagined it. I see the luminescence of your soul. You have broken the laws of Golarion. How absurd. Please cease such tasteless jests before I am truly offended by your words. Alright, see ya. She just does the very sensible thing and she just says, nah, I'm not going to admit to anything. And then we go, ah, well that was our only plan. Oh, here are all the cats. But there aren't any cats here because we already, well, we put a decree to get rid of them. So if there are any cats here, then they must be demons. That's just simple logic. What's this fancy gnome here with the green hair? Can we go up onto the walls? I assume not. Yeah, no wall going for us here. That's fine. This should be a back way into the temple if it's still the same as it was. Let's have a little look around. Ooh, book. That is now my book, and we've read it before. Okay, fair enough. Ah, they've closed the way into the temple. Very sensible, very sensible. However, they didn't lock their doors, and all of this stuff is now mine. See you later. Right. And we'll leave. So that's where we found the Triceratops previously, I believe. Right, so we've been this way, so I guess what we want to do is move up this side and then kind of swing back and forward, because there's no kind of shortcut here, and I assume there isn't going to be a shortcut here. Actually, there might still be the gate there. In fact, there should be the gate there. So yeah, maybe we head along here, down through the gate, and then we can go like that. That makes sense to me. Makes a lot of sense. Right. Just looking for anybody else we can speak to. We know those two we can't do anything with until it's nighttime.
Let us be off.
We should potentially come back then. Don't know what time counts as nighttime, but that's okay. Okay. All of these are just peasants and nobles. We don't need to worry about them. Ooh, thing. It's just a shell. Okay. You know there's a bit round the corner here, so we can try and have a look. Just occasionally pressing tab to see if there's any loot. What's this a little symbol of? Or a little statue? I'm not really sure. Okay. That's fine. We'll ignore it. Up here. So this is where we found the back way in. Nothing here now. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe there'll be something there later. Right. Along here? Nothing. Okay. That's fine. I guess I'll take the route down. Yes, we'll head down here and then down to the left towards the tavern. Where we need to speak to somebody, like one of the demon slayers, about potentially killing a dragon. What's this? Ooh, okay. Is this like a Kickstarter wall? Names of the great Crusaders and the closest companions are commemorated on this wall. Ah, no, an in-game thing. Oh wait, no, this is a Kickstarter wall. There we go. Yeah. Co-Carnage, definitely a Kickstarter wall. Yeah, so these are the people who donated the most to the Kickstarter. Fair enough. We will leave it be. I kind of got the feeling there'd be somewhere in the game with it. I can't remember what it was in Kingmaker. Was it the graveyard? There was definitely something about it in Kingmaker. Right. Here is Thorn? Why do you have the I'm a criminal aura around you? A tall, pale-skinned elf with greyish hair salutes you with a graceful movement. Greetings, Commander. I see the aura that marks you as a criminal. Confess your wrongdoings. This doesn't seem like the most efficient way of getting people to confess, but you know, we're an Aeon in training. Thorn shrugs nonchalantly. I don't know what you're talking about. I've always followed the laws of my nation. Your mythic power must be deceiving you. However, should you find any evidence of my crimes, I'd be happy to discuss it with you. I have to go. Good fortune to you. Yeah, so everyone's like, nah, I'm not a criminal. And then that's the end of the conversation. It's not the most efficient way I've ever seen of dealing with this. Right, the tavern. Oh, we've got a tavern keeper sitting on top of the bar. And then at the back, we've got Greybor. Hello. Faye, the tavern keeper. The boy sitting on the counter looked about 18. He salutes you with dignity, though his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger. Ah, the Knight Commander at my establishment. What an honor. My name is Faye Kuto. I'm the owner of the Half Measure. How should I address you? I ask because I don't like undue familiarity, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. You may call me by my name. Ah, deal. I know your name, of course. Who in Drezen doesn't? So what can I do for you? Wine? A meal? A heart-to-heart talk? How is it that such a young lad owns a tavern? Also, how can you own anything in this town? Because we just came back into the town. We've just liberated it from the demons. So surely everything is the property of the Crusade. Well, let's see what he says. Ah, before the siege of Drezen, the half measure belonged to a distant relative. Oh, okay, so all the houses and things went back to their previous owners. Interesting. I won't bore you with the details of how his family died. Just 3 words, demon worshippers and sacrifice should be enough. Now the city has been liberated, the authorities in Iomede's church will be returning what remains to the lawful heirs of the deceased. They take these things seriously at Mendev. Faye suddenly slaps himself on the forehead. We started talking about the inn and I remembered. I wanted to thank you for personally defeating a demon in this very tavern when the city was liberated. Without you, who knows how many glasses he would have smashed before the Crusaders got to him. So please accept my thanks from the bottom of my heart. Ooh, I wonder whether something different would have happened if we'd left the demon alive. Interesting. The Half Measure is a strange name for a tavern. Oh, that's a family story. I'm very interested in this family story as it just gave me 15,000 gold coins. It's not for the faint-hearted, but you're not one of those, are you? One day, before the ward stones were erected, a peasant family got lost on the way to the fair. They ended up near the borders of the Worldwound. They stumbled upon a bored demon who killed my father right away. He then asked my mother if she'd prefer him to take all her children or only half of them. The sobbing woman looked at her 3 darlings and said, half. The demon promptly cut the arms and legs off of the 3 children and said, well, I guess that's even, and disappeared. People across Drezen heard this story, and after the family found shelter at the local temple of Iomede. For many years, they saved up for a regeneration spell so the children could be made whole again. They eventually scraped together enough for just 1 scroll, and decided to give the youngest child a second chance at life. He soon became the tavern's first owner and called it the half measure in memory of his family and the terrible incident with the demon. He had a good life for a time. He got himself married and always planned to help his brother and sister, though he never got a proper chance. When the demons had Drezen surrounded, the poor cripples tried to run for their lives, but they died on the spot. The brother and his wife died a little later, at the hands of the deserters. There were rumours that the same demon that butchered the family came to Drezen and made a den of the half measure. If that's true, I guess he got what he deserved when he freed the city. Well, that's the story. Faye shrugs pensively. Why do you like sitting on the counter? 2 reasons, Faye says seriously. Drezen isn't the biggest city, but it still has a few taverns and pubs. To compete with the others, I need people to remember my establishment and myself. That's the first reason. A tavern keeper who sits on the counter definitely sticks out from the others who prefer to stand behind their bars all dignified. Believe me, you're not the first one to ask. Sooner or later, every customer does. The second reason is the place's atmosphere. People should feel relaxed here. Life near the Worldwound is hard enough. People don't go to taverns to cause each other more trouble. So, I allow certain liberties, myself included. I'm even thinking of hosting an invigorating brawl here on the 5th of every month. I'll let my favourite customers break glasses and swing on the chandelier. What's the feeling here in the city? I can only tell you about my customers. They're mostly working folks, the ones that are rebuilding what's been destroyed along with the soldiers and some merchants. Overall, spirits are high as they can be in Mendev, nation of rattling sabres and fluttering banners. Everyone loves it when demons get their horns, tails and other parts handed to them. They've already forgotten that we nearly lost Canabras. Wars like that. People live for one day, and that day is tomorrow, not yesterday. You've been a source of joy and inspiration for everyone as well. A simple lass, leading the fight against the demons and defeating them, and running rings around all the arrogant queen's knights. People like stories like that. What makes you think I'm a simple lass? If you're a foreign princess in disguise, drop me a hint or two, will you? That'll give me time to work on my bowing and scraping for when you finally decide to reveal your true identity to the world. What do your customers say about my new powers? Faye lets out a strained laugh. People are strange. There's a rumour you can see through everyone, that you know their every wrongdoing, no matter how secret. That's why no one wants to meet your eyes. They also say the people you convict are never seen again. They say you have magical eyes. It's as if you're Pharasma's illegitimate child and inherited her ability to see their sins. They say you grow bored of sitting by her throne and asked her to let you go to Golarion after you'd seen how much it was suffering. An interesting legend. So people think I can save Golarion from its suffering? Well, they can see that you're honestly trying, and that's important. But that won't stop them from running away from you, so you can't look at them with your magical eyes. No one wants to think of themselves as one of Golarion's problems. Alright, what he got? What does he have? He has the Goggles of Malochio. These goggles grant the wearer a plus 10 competency bonus on perception checks. That's very good to start with, okay. Good first line. Let's see what the next one is. Whenever the wearer confirms a critical hit with any bow, the target becomes disorientated for 1d4 rounds, suffering a -4 circumstance penalty to initiative checks, attack rolls, athletics, and perception checks. Those are incredible. They're obviously for Lan, or Rue, I guess, in our party, but probably Lan because I think he has perception. Do I want to spend 34,000 on them? Not particularly, but they are very impressive. Let's see what else he has. The Ghost Touch Igniting Short Sword. What's igniting? Targets have to pass a fortitude saving throw or suffer a 1d6 flame damage each round, and they can make a save on it each round to put out the fire. Okay, if you get a crit. That's kind of cool. And then we know what Ghost Touch is. The axiomatic keen darts are just, like, I don't think we're going to use them. And then he has nothing else apart from the goggles. And then, oh, wait a second. There's mulled wine and I don't believe he has... No, he does. I was just checking whether he had a bag of holding. You know what? I'll check this as well, just to be 100% sure. I should be checking every new merchant for bag of holdings, but doesn't look like he has one. The goggles are still pretty good, though. We could buy them. They're very nice. They're just you know, I don't think we necessarily need them. Let's go date newest. There we go. And now we can copy the recipe for mulled wine. Who else have we got in here? Got anyone in the back? You got any boxes and books in the back? Cooking Almanac. We've read it. Grab these. Oh, keep going. All of this is mine. I am the savior of Golarion. Please give me your stuff. Right, we'll have this as well. And we'll have this. Thank you very much, everybody.
Follow me.
Have we got everything else here? This corner. Ooh, another book. Another cooking almanac. What is up? He has had a bad day. Or a very good day. It's hard to tell. There's Greybor. Chest cannot be opened in the corner. Nothing else in here. Hello, Greybor.
How can I help you?
Before you stands a dwarf. He has stern, rugged features and looks to be well armed. He fills his pipe with tobacco from Garund, lights it, and blows out a cloud of smoke. Finally addresses you in a deep, dignified voice. Who are you?
Don't you remember our last meeting?
I do, but I wanted to go through the dialogue choice.
The name is Greybor. I'm an assassin for hire. But I suspect you're not here for small talk. Are you in need of my services?
You tried to kill that huge demon at the Battle of Drezen, but you failed. What happened?
Yes, that was a failure. It was supposed to be a clean job. An anonymous client, a worthy target, a substantial fee. But the client insisted that I use an enchanted dagger they provided. I was assured that a single hit would be enough to finish the job, but it didn't work as expected. It was a serious blow to my reputation. And my reputation is everything to me.
Maybe it did work and it just didn't do what you thought it would. My thought is like maybe it does some kind of mind control or something, but anyway, we'll get to that later, no doubt. I want to hire you for a dragon hunt.
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment from my regular client, and I'll have to leave as soon as I have the orders. And of course, you should know that this dragon will not come cheaply. 2,500 gold, paid in advance.
How about a small discount?
Let's think this through. Are there lots of assassins in this town who have the valuable experience of subduing dragons and are willing to work for you? Will I lose any profit by protracted haggling? Will you? Is there any chance that someone less competent than I am will be able to locate your target as efficiently as I would? No, I don't think so. There is absolutely no reason for me to give you any discounts. 2,500 gold is an honest price for the head of a fire breather.
I mean, I'd like to argue that there aren't that many dragons that need killed, so there's a limited number of clients that he can have, but, well, it doesn't seem he's short of work and he's not willing to negotiate, so I'll pay.
Excellent. Let's get down to business. It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead. The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first. Of course, since she doesn't leave tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Drezen, to the Grimwood Forest. The dragon's been seen there often. According to the scouts, this is likely because there's still some wild game left in those parts. We'll set up an ambush there. I hope I can rely on your honesty. I understand that on our way to the dragon, there may be other fights or places we need to visit for various reasons. That's to be expected. However, should I see that you are deliberately delaying the contract, or that you're dragging me off to assault some demon citadel instead of going after the dragon, we will have to revise the terms of our agreement.
Fair enough, Greybor. Does that mean you're a member of my party? And forever you're now a member of my party. we now have Greybor, the Slayer. Skilled at tracking down targets, Slayers are consummate hunters, living for the chase and the deadly stroke that brings it to a close. Slayers spend most of their time honing their weapon skills, studying the habits and anatomy of foes, and practicing combat maneuvers. He has a ton of strength. And then we've got, just a profession. For Crusaders, war is a calling and a sacred duty. For him, it is just a profession. The ruthless bounty hunter came to the Worldwound in search of new business. Who becomes his client and who his victim does not matter to him. The holiest zealot and the most evil demon are no different in his eyes. They are but the next target that he must eliminate. Very good at athletics, mobility, and stealth. Okay. Let's have a look at some other stuff about him. How about his biography? He's pure neutral. He's all about the money. Okay. Class. So Slayer, that is its own class? Yes. Okay. So it has study target. Wait, is this the one that we literally just gave to you? It is. It is the one that we literally just gave to you. Cool. So he's got study target, which we know about. He does 2-weapon fighting. He's straight up he's a dwarf. That makes sense. Mercenary gives him a bunch of proficiencies. Okay. Fair enough. His god is Norgorber. Is known as the once mortal god of thievery and assassination, as well as the keeper of secrets. Favored weapon is a short sword. Okay, cool. Slayer proficiencies: light armor, medium armor, simple weapons, martial weapons, shield proficiency. Double slice: your offhand weapon, while dual wielding, strikes with greater power. Add your strength bonus to damage rolls made with your offhand. Neat. Get sneak attack. He's got a focus on Dwarven War Axe. Now, I think we have a couple of those, actually, although we might have just got rid of one. Weakening Wound. When making a sneak attack against a creature that has damage reduction, the character's attack reduces that damage reduction for 2 rounds by an amount equal to the character's level. This penalty to damage reduction does not stack. That's still very good, though. Especially at, like, level 10, which is going to be. Reducing damage reduction by 10 is just incredibly good as a member of our team. Accomplished Sneak Attacker gives him extra sneak attack damage. Cool. Then he's got another study target. Okay. The bonuses increase at these levels. That's fine. You get a second attack with your offhand weapon, albeit at a -5 penalty. Fair enough. Then he gets sneak attack. His study target is now a swift action. Cool. Or can be a swift action. Opponents damaged by this character's sneak attack can't make attacks of opportunity for 1 round. That's very cool as well. And then he gets sneak attack, along with power attack. Okay, so this one you take a -1 on attack rolls and combat maneuver checks to gain a +2 on all melee damage rolls. So very much like heavy damage coming in from his 2 weapons. Next level, what's he get? He gets Slayer talent. Okay, which is cool. He gets another study target and he gets an advanced talent as well. Or maybe these are unlocked. Yeah, I think these are probably unlocked for this. Yeah, I think that's this. Yeah, I don't think he gets 2 talents. I think he gets these new ones added to his talent list. Okay, neat. Let's see what else we have for him right now. So he's currently using Crushing Cold and Dwarven War Axe +3. These are very good weapons. What we have might just not be good enough. Adamantine Frost in Enhancement +3. Finesse Wielding. That's kind of weird that that's finesse wielding. Yeah. Because finesse wielding should mean that it rolls off of his dex, right? That's weird. That is weird that that rolls off his dex. Although maybe it's only finesse wielding if it wants to be. Maybe it just chooses whichever is higher. So it doesn't matter. Adamantine is fine. Frost is extra cold damage on hit. And then whenever this Frost Axe confirms a critical hit, it casts the Cone of Cold spell as if as 11th level wizard. Okay, that's neat. But does it do a cone in front of him, like a huge cone? I'm not sure we entirely want. That's okay. Interesting. What else has he got on him? Belt of Giant Strength to give him more strength. Ring of Protection. Breastplate +2. We can definitely improve that. And then Natural Armor. Okay. Also, these are mine now. Thank you. let's level him up. So, Slayer seems good. It seems like there's no reason to switch from Slayer, really, for what he does. Athletics, mobility, stealth are his things. Sure. Why not? I mean, these are probably going to be fine. Yeah. Slayer talents. So that's for perception checks. We don't really care. We could give him a combat style feat. I'm not sure that's the best way to go about it. Trick, probably not. Confounding blades. Ah, so the ones that have advanced talents, the ones we just got. When this creature with this when a character with this talent hits a creature with a melee weapon that deals sneak attack damage, target cannot make attacks of opportunity for 1d4 rounds. Ah, but you had to take slow reactions before this. And what was slow reactions again? 1 round. Okay, so this is just extra rounds on it. Okay, we don't really care. Crippling Strike. An opponent damaged by one of her sneak attacks also takes 2 points of strength damage. That's very nice. Every time you hit someone with a sneak attack, it's 2 points of strength damage, and that doesn't have any kind of resist on it. It doesn't have any negation. That's very nice. Dispelling Attack. When an opponent that is dealt sneak attack damage by a character, this ability is affected by... An opponent that is dealt sneak attack damage by a character with this ability is affected by a targeted dispel magic affecting one of the spell's effects active on the target. Caster level for this is equal to the character's level. That could be cool. Familiar? These would basically just give us bonuses, I think. Yeah, like bonuses to checks, basically, and saves. Not really that worried about them. That is an advanced talent, though. Okay, we can ignore these. For to snare. I'm only looking at advanced ones. Once per day, a rogue with this talent can designate a single enemy she is adjacent to as her prey. Until the end of her next turn, she can add her sneak attack damage to all attacks made against the prey, even if she is not flanking or it's not flat-footed. Probably not a big deal. At least from what we were seeing. Opportunist. The character can make attacks of opportunity against an opponent who has been struck for damage in melee by another character. This attack counts as an attack of opportunity for that round and can't be used more than once per round. So you can get an extra attack in if somebody else attacks while you're next to them. That's kind of nice. Okay, don't think we need to worry about that. Skill masteries are all advanced checks. Okay, none of them matter too much. Seeing what else is an advanced one. We don't need to worry. Underhanded trick. That's dirty trick. Okay. Whenever the rogue damages a creature with one of her sneak attacks, it also deals 1 point of con damage to that creature. Ooh. I kind of feel like one of the strikes is probably the better way. The con damage or the strength damage. Both of them are really good. I think maybe strength damage is the way to go. Yeah. Whenever we sneak attack something, we then like weaken its ability to hit us back. That sounds really useful. Okay. Let's go with that. Greybor has got a little bit of a level on him. We could always give him a bow as well, I suppose. He's got the ability to use it if we wanted to give him range, but yeah, no particular reason why we should. Alright, cool. Let's have a look if we sort by type. Have we got anything to give him? Nah, I put it all away. Well, that's fine. Can we speak to him some more?
Got a job for me, Commander?
No.
Good luck.
Okay. He basically won't speak with us until we, I guess, do his quest. Fair enough. Or maybe he just doesn't speak to us at all. Right, let's go outside. Okay, where are we going? One-Eyed Devil Jewelry Artisan. Okay. Where is One-Eyed... Alright, so they're around the corner here a little bit. Let's go into the jewelry place. Ooh, who's that at the back? Golden Golem. Peasants and things. How about the back here? No? Nobody's actually here? Who's gonna... Hello? You? Welcome to the shop of Derek Sunhammer. The finest jewelry in all of Mendev. True artistry, crafted by the master himself and his apprentices. Take a look. Show me your wares. Okay, what have you got? You've only got jewelry. Fair enough. That's kind of what you came in with. We can buy diamonds from him, though. You just sell us plain old jewelry, huh? Alright, that's fine. Unveil Derek Sunhammer's jewelry, which is interesting because of all the fake stuff we've been finding. Okay. I mean, this is all, like, a little bit trash, but it's kind of... I think that's to fill out some of what you've got. I think that's the purpose of it.
Let us be off.
Like, if you don't happen to have those headpieces, that's just a place where you can buy them instead. One-Eye Devil. Not a criminal. It's very nice. We've got criminal sense. A short, tubby tiefling with a golden eye patch spits chewing tobacco between his feet and takes another pinch from a tobacco box adorned with jewels. A fine day to you, Commander. Welcome to the One-Eye Devil's Trading House. His proud manner suggests that each word begins with a capital letter, and perhaps even continues in capital letters as well. A trading house, it's just a shop. Ah, that depends. There was a time when I had nothing in my pockets but holes. But did I consider myself poor? No. I considered myself a rich man who was temporarily down on his luck. Optimism is important not only on the battlefield, Commander. You are the leader of a victorious army that will be chopping all the demons into mincemeat sooner or later. I am the owner of a trade empire which, as you see, is only starting to grow. How did a tiefling end up on the side of the Crusaders? The answer is simple, the simplest thing there is. This is a good world, and I like living in it. Besides, it's the only one we've got. I'd like to know what's going on in the heads of the dimwits who are helping the demons destroy it. My best guess is that their horns grow inward, so there's no room for brains. I'm from Cheliax. Tieflings don't surprise anyone there, and they don't like demons any more than we do here. And why should they? The gods went to all the trouble of creating this world, even Lord Asmodeus and his devils helped with the construction, and now these freeloaders show up after all the hard work is done and just gorge and break things. It doesn't matter who you pray to. If you want to live, it's your duty to help. Isn't that a risky name for a store for Crusaders? Ah yes, a week doesn't go by without some dimwit boiling over. Well, they don't pay me to explain the difference between allies and enemies, devils and demons, Lord Asmodeus and all the riffraff, like Baphomet and Deskari, so they can go hang. The tiefling spits between his feet and swiftly places another pinch of chewing tobacco in his mouth. Here's what I think. If you like it, you buy it. You don't like it, keep moving. If you're spoiling for a fight, take yourself off to the tavern. Ah, okay. So this is the in-game then making very clear you understand that devils and demons are different things, which I've already been told, but I will now try and internalize it more because the game is very, straightforward telling us there is a difference and you're going to have to know it. Why are your prices so high? We're saving the world from demons, and that includes you. That's some claim. Did you hear that, good people? First of all, my prices are perfectly fair. They're no higher than you'd find anywhere else. Second, who's saving who here? Are you prepared to eat bark and fight with rocks and sticks? You know, I have open contracts with dozens of suppliers, I arrange deliveries and do whatever it takes to get you sharper weapons, better magical items, better food, and you're throwing the extra expense in my face. Well, this is the thanks I get for honest work. Blam to your eye. Huh. Should I make up a story about a heroic fight with a horde of demons? Truth be told, this is how it happened. Back when I was a snot-nosed kid, I had just opened my first business selling pies on the street. The local lads quickly took notice of me and offered me protection in return for a small share of the profits. The usual, you know. But I was so young, inexperienced and greedy, so I told them to bugger off. Well, they caught me and taught me a lesson. They took it too far though. I paid the lesson with my eye, not just bumps and bruises. It's funny to remember it now, but back then, while it was happening, I was so scared. I thought they beat me to death. I remember I came running home in tears. My mom just started screaming. I didn't have a clue why. Then I looked in the mirror and saw that there were shreds and mush where one of my eyes should be. I remembered that lesson all my life. Ever since that day, when I start a business, I find some reliable business partners first. If I'd been born in a merchant family, my parents would have warned me about this, and about plenty of other things too. But I was a poor lad, and I had to learn everything the hard way. It's a miracle how many times I escaped death by a hair's breadth. In fact, it's a miracle all I lost was one eye. I can afford a new eye now, of course, but you know, I just can't find the time, and it will cost a tidy sum. I don't want to take it out of the earnings, and besides, being the one-eyed devil is a big selling point for me. I'd be a fool to get my eye back only to have to keep it hidden under a patch. Have you heard about my new powers? What do you make of them? I feel uncomfortable when you look at me, as if you can see right through me. As if you know that I used to steal cookies from the oven when my mother wasn't looking, and how at 16 I told a beautiful girl I was a nobleman in disguise, and all the other things I have done in my life. And if I'm feeling antsy under your gaze, imagine how the real serious sinners must feel. No matter which gods we worship, we still believe we'll answer for what we've done when we get to Pharasma. Until then, we can do as we please without worrying about the consequences. But now you're here, there's no escaping your judgment, and that's plain to see. I wouldn't be surprised if people started fleeing Drezen, now that anyone here can be snatched off the street and convicted. Who'd hang around waiting for that to happen? Alright, show me what you've got. I didn't realize we were locked for a second. I was very confused. Okay, that's some weird armor. What else have we got? You don't really have anything. I mean, you have an expert lockpick. I don't really need to buy it, though. Yet nothing you have is what I would describe as good. Yeah. Alright. Good luck with your shot, mate.
Let's move.
Right. What's this? The inn. Oh, right. We have the tavern and then we have the inn, obviously. I suppose nobody stays at the tavern, but they stay at the inn. Or I guess you could say they stay in the inn. Oh, okay. So there's some lot picking I could have to do. Do we... Let me just get this guy. And then back to us. Hello. What's our chances now of getting into whatever this is? 15% with a lockpick. That's not very high. I'll admit, that's not very high. But I want in there. Just in case it breaks forever. We got it. At 15%, we got it. Alright. In here, we'll have that as well. I could give the thing back, but we'll give it back at the end. Grab that, and grab this. Nice. Oh, a book. I'll have that too. We've read it, but we'll have it. Right, anyone else at the inn? No, the inn seems like one of these places where there's going to be somebody to speak to later, you know? At some point, there's going to be... Oh, there's actually Hilor here. Never mind. It's the person I want to speak to. But it seems like a place where there's going to be some people here who visit. And they'll say, like, I'm staying at the inn. Let's listen in. Perception 23.
I am finished.
One old Khalid told me that my brothers... told me this, my brothers and... one old Khalid told this my brothers and me on his death... Told this to my brothers and me on his deathbed. And then he died. But no one knows but us. I know this is their sacred forest. They prayed in the meadow of the spirits. Shamanic relics, you say? A big treasure buried in that cave. I assume we have to wait and then we get a location, maybe? The scouts say a bear lives in those forests. A terrible one. Must be magic guards in the cave. And that's why we suggest you come with us. We'll split the treasure equally. Okay. Interesting. Or we could steal it. Just waiting for the next line if there is one. We're giving it plenty of time. He seems to still be moving around and pointing. Okay. Can't speak to any of these guys. I assume there's nothing else here. Oh, also Nenio's here. Oh, that's cool. Right. So I did want to speak to Hilor because I want Hilor to get me the respecking, but we'll come back for that. So, the experiment. Nenio gestures excitedly. I will need supplies for this one. Girl, please bring me a bottle of alcohol. Any will do, and hurry up, science can't wait. Why would you need alcohol? I've already told you it's for an experiment. Hurry up and bring it to me. What kind of experiment? This will be an experiment of a personal nature. Nenio seems sheepish, but no less exciting for that. Mark my words. Why don't you go and buy a bottle yourself? I am busy with an extremely important task, mentally preparing myself for the experiment. Besides, a task like this is a perfect fit for my loyal follower. I brought a bottle of alcohol. It's one of the 20 that I have in my pack. Nenio snatches the bottle out of your hands and stares at it with all the the covetousness of a seasoned alcoholic. Here it is, my path to learning and true values of humanity from the perspective of the lowliest man on the street. She produces a corkscrew from her sleeve and looks at it in bafflement, then at the bottle, then at the corkscrew again, after which she hands the bottle back to you. Open it! This experiment definitely won't work if we don't open it. Ah, sweet wine. Do you always carry a corkscrew up your sleeve? Don't be preposterous! But I am always meticulous when it comes to preparing for my experiments. I plan for every eventuality. Nenio sighs. Alright, I admit it, that's not true. But I have fully prepared for this particular experiment. What's this experiment going to be about? I'm taking a huge risk with this experiment. I'm putting my reputation, my good name, and even my future on the line. With the help of this bottle, I will lower myself to the level of an average man on the street, and I will try to understand the mentality of someone wholly devoid of intelligence. You surely know, maybe even from personal experience, that alcohol dampens mental activity and is the catalyst for stupidity. With a brain like mine, alcohol is the only way to find out how it feels to be an idiot. You're talking as if you've never tried alcohol before. I haven't. I never saw the point in it. So you ask me to be your drinking buddy? Not at all. I'll do the drinking alone. Your role in this experiment will include standing here and providing me with a reasonable reaction, or a visible reaction, to my inevitable, temporary degradation. Fine, let's get this started. Well, let's begin. With the steely resolve of a warrior going into his last battle, Nenio takes a big gulp straight from the bottle. Ah, what? Ugh, that's disgusting! After she overcomes the urge to vomit, she looks at you with teary eyes. How do you all drink this? I am doing this for the sake of science! Another gulp. Oh, that should be enough. Now, am I stupid yet? Quick, ask me something smart. We passed all of these checks. Is there an overland route from Avastin to Tianzi? Of course there is. It passes through the crown of the world, the northern continent known for its extremely cold climate. By the way, did you know that most of the guides on the route to from Avastin to Tianzi are taciturn, sulky, and ignorant individuals? They seem to enjoy using the phrase "shut up" more than other people I've encountered. It would seem I'm not drunk enough yet. Nenio takes another swig from the bottle. Right, it seems to be working. Now, I need to come up with an idea right now. I usually have a ton of ideas. Let's see. Now, Deskari and Baphomet, their anti-Crusader alliance is not effective enough. They need to unite forces on the physical level. Baphomet needs to mount Deskari and ride him into battle. 2 in 1. Yes, the experiment was successful. I am definitely drunk. She takes another gulp from the bottle to confirm her condition. So how does it feel to be drunk for the first time in your life, from a scientific point of view? Terrific. I have definitely become more stupid. And more than that, I'm as dumb as a box of rocks, and right now I don't give a rat's ass about science. Wait, I think I've got it. That's how men on the street see science. They don't give a rat's ass about it. Oh, who cares if there's an overland route from Tianzi or not? Tianzi is over there, Nenio says with a vague wave of her hand, whereas the bottle is right here, where it belongs. I hope you're satisfied now. Incredible, my intellect never stood a chance in this battle of the alcohol. And what is most striking, this fact doesn't bother me at all. It feels like all the thoughts in my head just went poof and disappeared. My thirst for knowledge and my desire to prove myself, they're all gone. My mind is so calm, it's actually a little frightening. I simply must describe this condition for my encyclopedia, but I'll get to that later. I just don't feel like it right now. You're not going to drink like a fish from now on, are you? What? No, of course not. How could you think that about me? Me, the greatest scientist of modern times? Nenio stares at you blearily. Fine, maybe a little. Sometimes. No more than once a year. And only if no one sees me. I've got a reputation to maintain. Congratulations, I guess. Now what? Well, that's it for now. The experiment was a success. Just a moment, Nenio stares at you with glazed eyes, shakes her head, and exhales loudly. When she meets your gaze again, her eyes are crystal clear. Alright, I'm fine now. What was that? What was what? A moment ago you were drunk as a skunk, and now all of a sudden you're stone cold sober. Is that so? Nenio looks at the bottle in her hand, thoughtfully licks her lips and nods. It seems that is indeed what happened. Clearly, I decided to forget the incident entirely because I no longer need this information. What I need now is to write an article for the encyclopedia about the influence that alcohol has on an individual's mind. So you can just simply forget you were drunk and sober up, just like that? I have simply blocked the deleterious effects of alcohol from my mind. To put it in basic terms, I just forgot I consumed alcohol. The mechanism is similar to the one that I used to get rid of irrelevant memories. It's not overly complicated, if you know how to do it. Your abilities are just amazing. What? What were we talking about? Alright, happy I could help. On behalf of future generations, I formally thank you for your assistance in this momentous experiment. Now I have time to answer your questions. Come, ask away. Nope, I don't have any questions, Nenio. I mean, I have many questions about you and your mental state, but you know what? No questions I'm going to ask right now. Time to go outside. Right, let's quick save and continue exploring. So we got Soasil here, we got Seer, we got Horgus Worm. Ah, good old... Oh, Horgus. We already know what your crime is, though. I'm listening, Knight Commander. Yeah, we can't even confront him about it, as he's already confessed. Are you aware of my special powers? It's hard not to notice it, although at first I thought you simply enjoyed pulling your new rank by approaching people and making them confess their sins. You don't need any special abilities to understand that there are no saints here, and everyone has their own deep, dark secrets. I was wondering how exactly you decided whom to expose, but I suppose this instinct is one of your talents. If you wish to make your subordinates like you, then this might not be the right way to achieve that. The common folk don't want you to go hard on them. They think that justice means sparing them and punishing their neighbours, but you treat everyone equally, and that appalls them, because nobody appreciates true justice. Okay, yeah, you can't actually do anything to them. That makes sense. Also, I just want to check this side of the building, just while we're here. We already did check it, because that's the way we came down. Perfect.
March on.
Right, over here we have someone called Morveg. Oh, there's Morveg and Seer. Hello. Old Seer gives you a friendly smile. And the ever-bright Crusaders be of service to you, Commander. The Crusader turns to the young lad standing next to him and wags his finger at him with ostentatious strictness. Morveg, keep it to yourself. If you keep interrupting your elders, you'll be mucking out the stables for a week. I wanted to ask a few questions about yourself. About me, Seer Kobelin, or me, the glorious ever-bright Crusader and leader of my order. A young man standing next to Seer casts a look at his fuzzy grey hair and mumbles, Leader of the Order, also known as Sir Dandelion. The old man turns to the lad and reprimands him loudly but kindly. Morveg, you insolent Kellid whelp. Show some respect for your mentor's age. Or do you think you'll never grow old yourself? Okay. Who's that lad who keeps following you around? Seer smiles warmly with deep-seated pride. This is Morveg. He is a Kellid from these parts. When the Worldwound opened, his family was forced to flee. Oh, what a life they had. Poor, always hungry, cast aside by the world. When they didn't have any bread, they fed on rage and vengeance. We caught this boy on the road. He was walking north to Drezen to kill demons. Dirty, gaunt. Just looking at him made you want to weep. We picked him up, trained him. He is hot-headed and lacks discipline, but he's also smart and brave. When I look at him, I see the future of the ever-bright Crusaders. Oh, tell me about your order. The ever-bright Crusaders are not the oldest order, but our traditions are solid. For us, fighting the Worldwound is not a war, it's our service. We dedicate our lives to it, and also our souls. We have high standards, live under many restrictions. We have no families, drink no liquor, play no games of chance, accumulate no wealth, and own no lands, even if we were entitled to them by birth. We reject everything that distracts us, that draws us to a peaceful life. For our hearts are always turned to war. But war is a grim, ugly thing that makes wicked everyone who takes part in it. And we keep our hearts pure, so that we are not left sickened by war, so that our light does not fade, because darkness can only be overcome. I want to know about your past. The old man scratches his thinning, fuzzy hair. About my life before the Order. It was so long ago. As a boy, I decided there was too much evil in the world. Someone had to do something about it, try to fix it. I decided to become a priest, but then I saw the ever-bright Crusaders. So pure, so proud, so pure. And someone next to me said, "Oh, arrogant snobs." And he was right. The ever-bright Crusaders are a little arrogant. So I thought, maybe these invincible snobs could use the help and companionship of such a simple and warm-hearted lad like myself. Who knew that years later I'd become their leader? I don't have any more questions. I'm glad I gratified your curiosity. I have to go. Of course, Commander. You have a lot to do. May Almady help you. Hello. A dark-eyed young man who looks like a typical Kelid greets you politely. He casts a deferential look at Seer, his mentor standing next to him. A simple straw figure in the shape of a wolf hangs from the boy's neck. How can I help you, Commander? Who are you? My name is Morveg. My family used to live here in Sarkoris. The Worldwound forced us to flee, made us homeless. Most of our clan died of starvation and disease. We've been wandering the river kingdoms, begging, losing people. But we've never forgotten who we were and where we came from. When I heard another Crusader being declared, I came here to fight the demons and claim vengeance for the homeland of my ancestors. What do you think of Seer? The boy looks at the old man standing next to him with sincere gratitude. He's got a big heart. He picked me up, gave me food and clothes, took me on as an apprentice, although I was no one to him. You know us, vagabonds, don't often come across generosity like that. Seer is kind to me, but my master's nature is too soft. He doesn't understand that it's impossible to keep your soul pure when you fight demons. We Khalids of Sarkoris have learned this bitter truth. We know that any means are justified for fighting demons, but Seer can't see that we're right. We paid for the privilege of hindsight with a sea of blood and the loss of our homeland. Well, I have to go on that note. Good luck to you, Commander. Keep fighting Keep fighting until these monsters are defeated. And with that, I think I'm going to end the episode there. We've done about half of Drezen right now, because we've done all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that, and all of that. Which leaves us with the prison, where we have to go and speak to Nura. Maybe we should leave that to last as well. We got Soasil, Ember, Lan, a couple of people, Sela and Arushale over here. But then we also need to go back to Hilor, who is inside the inn, because Hilor is going to allow us to retrain at least one of our companions, who I guess has to be Rue for the first one, because we've just built her wrong. And then we also need to potentially redo Camellia at some point, but Rue is a necessary one as I've messed up the mythics, which is really just unacceptable. So we're going to sort out Rue, maybe going to sort out Camellia, depending on how much it costs. And yeah, after that, I guess we're probably going to be allowed to leave? I don't know, although we still have to do the rest. I just remembered, we still haven't actually done the rest, which will then trigger a couple of events to happen. And then we need to do more management. And yeah, there's a lot to do before we leave, actually. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be another 2 episodes or 3 episodes. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.